All right, 8:47, of course, we are keeping a close eye on that forecast for next week for the PGA Championship. Of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, practice rounds ongoing. Thursday through Sunday, as you know, is the big deal, is the tournament itself. And, you know, it's May, so this is what the outlook so far is not shocking at all. It's mid-May. There's usually some thunderstorm chances, at least for a few days, and that's kind of how it's panning out right now. Again, just keeping this generic for the most part because there's still a lot of details to be working out. But through early next week, looks like around Tuesday, we could have some slight storm chances north of Tulsa. Thursday, opening round is a slight opportunity, and then from late Saturday into Sunday, the tail end of the weekend, there's a potential for a cold front working through that would bring some better temperatures, but also could bring some storm chances into the picture as well to wrap up the tournament. So again, that's all going to be in flux in the next several days, but in general, the overall outlook is what you would expect. It looks like it's going to be pretty warm and humid next week for the PGA, and there's going to be a few days where we may have to dodge some scattered storms. Here's a look from downtown Tulsa this morning. You can see to the south and west, that's where rain has been a lot more persistent here the last couple of hours. Other spots have had clearing and sunshine and gorgeous skies, so it just depends on your location. North of the metro, right around Claremore, you just had a heavy downpour developing and some lightning strikes, and some of these are those kind of bigger cloud-to-ground strikes, so once again, be careful with your outdoor activities this morning. Sky took yet a heavy downpour roll through that's now lifting up to the north towards Ramona. Around Tulsa, it's kind of a lot of off and on light rain, but you see some moderate to heavy downpours redeveloping in Creek County towards Sapulpa, heading up towards Jinx and South Tulsa. And in this area back in here, again, Okmulgee County and Okmulgee area had a flash flood warning in effect for 2 to 3 inches of rain that fell earlier this morning. You've had a chance to dry out a little bit, but there's more building back into Okfuskee County. And then now this storm that's moving into southwestern Okmulgee County has really intensified pretty quickly here. So there could be some hail potential, a lot of thunder and lightning. Heavy rain with that. That's lifting to the north and east just west of Okmulgee. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that one. And also some flooding potential. We talked about the flooding potential in Okmulgee County, but also down in Okfuskee County. Just in the last hour or so, you've had a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain just north of Okemah, and then that trails back down just out of our viewing area into portions of central Oklahoma. But these storms have been persistent and not moving very much. So that's why flooding has been a concern. Now, eventually the atmosphere that we have this morning is going to kind of run out of juice a little bit for these storms to develop. And so we do think by a late morning we'll see a gradual downward trend in the storms that we have right now. But we'll still have that ongoing, I think, through late morning. This afternoon, a bit of a break, and then this evening, storm chances pick back up again. Temperature is pretty mild whether you're getting rain or not. Generally upper 60s where it's raining, mid 70s where it's clearing out and you've got a little bit of sunshine in our southern counties. Highs on average this afternoon in the upper 80s. Sunnier spots even warmer than that. Keep in mind, northeastern Oklahoma where the clouds are hanging around, some of our temperatures may end up a little cooler than this if the cloud cover sticks around. So we'll be watching that for the next several hours. And then later this evening, later tonight, near and especially after sunset, there is a severe weather potential. You can see this yellow shaded area, which covers pretty much all of us. From the nighttime hours, storms will develop to the north and then drop south and east. These would be primarily a hail and wind risk for tonight. So morning storms eventually will start to kind of lose their steam here, hopefully in the next few hours. This evening into tonight, the exact placement of storms is a moving target because we're kind of waiting to see where some of these outflow boundaries set up, where we get the most daytime heating ongoing. But it looks like in general, portions of southern Kansas and north central Oklahoma should see some storms this evening, and then those would drop south and east through the night. Once again, this would be a hail and wind threat. So if you have nighttime plans out and about, just be aware not everyone's going to see a storm, but if you get under one, it could be pretty hefty for a little while here. The good news is it looks like most of Saturday clears out, so I think outdoor plans for our Saturday are looking pretty good. And then as we head towards Sunday, we're going to be monitoring by Sunday night another round of potentially strong to severe thunderstorms. So a little bit of kind of off and on active weekend ahead of us. Temperature-wise, though, staying pretty warm and pretty humid where we have the most sunshine. And cloudier spots may end up a little cooler today. 7-day forecast as we peek ahead towards next week as we get towards the start of the PGA Championship. Not a lot of cool down showing up so far. It looks like mild mornings, warm afternoons, humidity sticking around. Again, we'll be keeping a close eye on some off and on slight storm chances next week.